This is a script for a 3-minute storytelling session based on Acts 16:11-15, focusing on Lydia, the heart by the river. Lydia of Philippi. Hello, friends. I want to take you on a little journey today, a journey across the blue Aegean Sea, all the way to a bustling city called Philippi. This is where we meet a very special woman named Lydia. The Apostle Paul, a man who traveled far and wide telling people about Jesus, had just arrived in Philippi with his friend Silas and a small team. Now, it was the Sabbath, the day of rest and prayer, and Paul was looking for people who wanted to worship God. He didn't head to the main town square. Instead, the Bible tells us he walked outside the city gate to a beautiful, quiet spot by the river. Can you see it? The sun is warm on your face. The air is fresh. The river whispers as it flows over smooth stones. And there, gathered on the bank, were a group of women who had come to pray. Among them was Lydia. Lydia was from a city called Thyatira, and she was a successful businesswoman. What did she sell? Something beautiful and rare, purple cloth. Imagine the deep, rich color, the color of royalty. It was expensive, it was gorgeous, and Lydia knew her trade well. She was a woman of means. And more importantly, a woman who already loved and worshiped God. Storyteller's voice becomes more focused and reverent. Paul sat down with the women and began to speak. He didn't just tell them stories, he spoke about the good news of Jesus, God's amazing love, forgiveness, and new life. Lydia listened intently. She wasn't just hearing with her ears. She was listening with her heart. And here is the most important part of the story. The Bible puts it so beautifully in one short sentence. It says, the Lord opened her heart to pay attention to what was said by Paul. Storyteller's voice is gentle, emphasizing the power of God's action. God did that. It wasn't just Paul's excellent speech. It was the gentle, powerful hand of God reaching into Lydia's soul, like a key turning a lock, and opening her heart to understand and believe. And the moment her heart was open, her life changed. She immediately understood the truth and joy of the gospel. She and her whole household were baptized right there, perhaps in the cool, clear water of that very river. But Lydia's faithfulness didn't stop at the water's edge. Full of this new joy, she turned to Paul and his friends and said, essentially, if you truly believe I am faithful to the Lord, then please, come and stay at my house. It wasn't just a polite offer, it was a heartfelt, insistent invitation. She urged them until they accepted her hospitality. Imagine the feast she prepared, the warm beds, the happy conversations about faith and life. Lydia, the successful businesswoman who loved God, became the very first person Paul won to Christ in Europe. And immediately, she used her success and her home to serve God and his people. Storyteller concludes, bringing it back to the audience. Lydia reminds us that no matter who you are, a student, a parent, a builder, a seller of beautiful cloth, God sees your heart. And when you sit quietly and listen to his word, he is ready to open your heart, just like he did hers. And when he does, he asks us to open our lives and our homes to serve others, just like Lydia of Philippi.